Let's go inside politics this morning, a very busy morning. And with me to share their reporting and their insights, Jonathan Martin of the New York Times, CNN's Peter Hamby. Let's explore the question Alice and Chris and Michaela have started with all morning. Why? Why? You had this amazing world event yesterday, Solidarity in Paris, an amazing picture of world leaders. Here's some headlines this morning because the United States sent no high-profile official there. Look at these headlines this morning. The Daily News says, 40 leaders marched, 3 million people in Paris to defy terror. None of these men showed up, meaning the leaders of the United States there, the President, the Vice President, our Secretary of State, our Attorney General. The news says you let the world down. The President ran saying his foreign policy would be built around new alliances and strengthening alliances. Why can't they send somebody? Why wouldn't, if the President couldn't go, why didn't the Vice President couldn't go? If Joe Biden couldn't go, why didn't they change Secretary Kerry's schedule? He says he had a critical commitment in India and he's going later this week. They could have called Bill Clinton or Hillary Clinton. Why not a big, look at the, I just put the picture back up of the world leaders. This is a pretty remarkable photo. You've got, Prime Minister Abbas and Prime Minister Netanyahu, President Abbas, excuse me, Angela Merkel there. This is the King of Jordan. The King of Jordan. And why is if the United States, I mean, forgive me, but if there's ever a picture that says our policy is leading from behind, that's it.
Yeah, and to your point, it seems so obvious here. It seems like diplomacy 101, and it's not just about showing solidarity with France. I mean, other world leaders who are there, are probably looking at the United States saying, I mean, what are you doing here? So, you should send somebody. One of the Kerry's excuse was they were going to send him to India, to sort of develop trade with that country. But look, I mean, India needs us more than we need them. I mean, this is sort of a unifying, huge world event. And again, to your point, this was Obama's sort of calling card coming into office, which is why it seems so shocking.
It's stubborn, tone deaf.
And the French twice at American times of need have rallied to our side. I couldn't help, John, thinking when I saw those images when JFK was killed and Charles de Gaulle was then still alive, the president of France, this imperious sort of 6'4" man marching here in Washington, D.C. at our moment of need. Very different, obviously, time, different events, but still to not see a high-profile American presence there as they had here after JFK was killed, as they rallied to our side after 9/11, I think a lot of Americans are going to say, what's going on
Our oldest ally, France.
Oldest ally. You just get the question that comes up is who, look, the President's CEO of the operation. The Secretary of State's job is to make sure we do the right things diplomatically. So it's, in some ways, it's John Kerry's day job. And he decides this commitment in India is more important. Isn't he supposed to say, well, then, if I'm going to keep this commitment, I have to make sure somebody who's in the United States is standing there in that front row?
Somebody. And look, they argue that Eric Holder was over there. But
during working meetings, he wasn't
right. I feel like it has to be someone bigger than that, a known
no offense, Ambassador Newland was there, the U.S. Ambassador to the European
Union. She was in Washington, actually, at the march here with Christine Lagarde, the head of the IMF. The highest U.S. official at the march yesterday in Paris was the U.S. ambassador over there, who was a big Obama donor, who got that job in part because of her contribution to President Obama. So there was really nobody in that parade at the sort of top level